So this is a tour of my games room, so if I open the door you can follow me in. So the room itself isn't really that big, but I was given a room in the house to do what I wanted, so I ain't really complaining about it. So the top end is basically the PC corner. So it's not a very good PC, it's about 5 years old now, just a i7 2600K. It's got a semi-new graphics card, so it runs some of the latest games on almost maximum settings, so quite happy with it. 3 monitor setup, all completely mismatched, so it might do people's OCD in a bit, but just the way I acquired them. To be honest, it's all desktop space anyway, it's only the middle one that gets used for gaming. Apologies for the messy desk. Toilet roll on the computer desk, classy. So yeah, so I do a lot of beading, as some of you may know. So I've got a lot of my beading stuff down here. I've got just 3 cases full of random shades of beads. Obviously you get quite a lot, so you need to sort them all out individually, otherwise they get mixed up. So start with this wall then. So these 4 beadings were the very first ones I ever did, so it kind of blossomed from there, quite simple designs. So obviously I started to do proper Amiga stuff. Magic Pocket, Rough and Tumble. There's a classic Another World painting by Ollie on wood, very nice. Transformers canvas bought for my 30th birthday by my wife, very nice. Jumping Jackson. So I've got some framed beadings up here. All the frame ones are the same size, more than 8,000 beads. It takes between 6 and 10 hours to do, depending on how complex they are. So the Sonic one and the Flashback one took the most, just because of the little details in them, etc. First Samurai one was the first frame one I did, or of this size anyway. It wasn't that difficult because most of the sky is the same colour, so I just sat there putting the same colour down until it was done. We've got Zool down there. We've got Zombies, or Zombies Ate My Neighbours if you're American. I just printed off a bit of a background to complete the image there. Some small sprites from Amiga games I used for some sort of scene I set up. It involved my 1200 a few years ago. I posted to the group. Job setting a plus sign. First Samurai beading, signed by Mev, top bloke. Bubba and Sticks. Wings of Fury, classic game, still play that today. That's the first ever frame beading I did. It's only 6 colours, although it's massive. It's 33,000 or 33,500 beads. Spent a lot of money doing that because I had to buy the frame, which was custom made, and I had to buy all the pegboards for the beading. So I had to use 40 pegboards to complete that image. It's quite easy to do, but it just took a while. 24 hours over the space of 6 weeks. So 6 weeks on the dining room table, which the missus wasn't very happy with. Soccer Kid, Rolling Ronnie. So display cabinet here, so random stuff on top. A couple of hats. Bottom one used to be my drinking hat. I used to wear it when I got drunk in the house, which doesn't happen very often now. I do a bit of telescoping, so I've got a homemade solar filter that I use for looking at the sun through the telescope. So I'm not really a collector, so I don't really go out and buy stuff. However, stuff I've got in here is just things that I've acquired over the course of my life. So it's just stuff I bought brand new when the N64 came out, etc. GameCube. I basically don't sell anything. PS2, Dreamcast, with a very cool looking Grimlock at the top of there. Try and get the focus. Xbox One, the original one. Sorry, the original Xbox, not the Xbox One. Almost immaculate condition, because it was barely used, to be honest. A couple of eyepieces. Eyepieces should probably really be in some sort of case and not exposed to the dust in my games room, but never mind. So the second bottom shelf, my Amiga 500 Plus. The keys down here don't work because unfortunately a few weeks ago my daughter stood on the keyboard and it looks like the membrane's broke, so I need to get that sorted out. Battery has been removed though. CD32. I posted about this about 6 weeks ago. I got it in the post, but it was damaged. But the guy managed to get a refund, so he refunded me and told me to keep the console. So I used it to fix my main CD32, so it turned out quite well. Atari Lynx, I had one of these when I was a kid. This isn't original, but I bought one a few years ago, and I took it to the Amiga event in Peterborough and got RJ to sign it, so that's very good. Might have to get the McWheel screen mod to get a really nice LCD looking screen on that. Bottom shelf, my sister's original SNES that she bought in the early 90s, and my Mario Kart, which you can't really see because there's poor lighting down here. The save times probably aren't on there because I think the battery's gone flat now. Random mess on the floor, Amiga PSUs, PC printer. So now it's to the business end. So that's my Amiga 1200, powered by a Blizzard 1230, 50 megahertz. Raised off the desk because of the heatsink on the accelerator. Probably doesn't need it, but it came with it, so I've left it on. Classic Workbench 3.9 with a WHD load and all that stuff loaded onto it. I originally had Invision AGA in here and it looked really nice, but after I got my 4000, the 1200 became my main gaming machine. I didn't want a game on the Scandal, I wanted Scanline, so I got the 1084S from my mate in Scotland. It looks very nice. I do apologise for the pausing in this video. I have to keep on pausing to get a drink of water because my voice is going. I don't normally talk this long. Some crocheted lemmings my best mate in Scotland did. Sorry, my best mate's wife in Scotland did. Small beans on the wall, Super Frog, Walker, Rainbow Islands, Gods. Turrican down there, there's a bad guy down the back of the monitor, you can't really see down there. It's all hidden now. So let me just bring my cup of water with me. This is my 4000. It's definitely a pride and joy. It's obviously faster than 1200, but it's only got an 040 and it's only the Commodore one, so it's not amazing. It does have Cybervision 64 RTG card in it, so 16.8 million colours on Workbench, which always looks really nice, especially when you have a website up. Obviously completely unusable because websites don't really work, it's quite slow, but still looks nice. It looks quite good nick, the 4000 is itself. Nice keyboard, standard keyboard basically, although I think it's German because the Z and the Y keys have swapped, but it still works as normal. So like I said, I don't really collect games, this is just random stuff I bought when these consoles came out. So Xbox 360 stuff at the back, PC stuff, PS2, GameCube. So yeah, there's PS1 stuff down there and there's GameCube stuff. I just picked this lamp up, I can't really see. Sorry, there's Dreamcast stuff at the back there. So I don't really collect stuff, however I do collect Atari Lynx stuff, Atari Lynx games rather, so I've got a stack of them here. There's boxes for them down here, however I don't necessarily collect stuff for the boxes, so it's just the games really. So and I also collect CD32 games, which I've not really got on display, but they're just stacked up here. Yeah, so when I go to the retro games fairs and stuff in Leeds and Blackpool, etc., then I just go solely to buy CD32 games and Atari Lynx games, to be honest. So random mess on here, copied games, Amiga style. So there's my my white CD32, so it's the white edition, and it looks a bit tacky, to be honest. Some scratches up close and some of the spray paints drip in, doesn't look that amazing, to be honest. I'd actually rather have it in the original case, but as I said earlier, the original case got damaged in transit, so I can't even use that. However, when I first got this CD32, the CD drive wasn't working properly, it was going backwards trying to load games, so I just swapped the CD drives out with the one I got 6 weeks ago. Now this one works pretty much perfectly. Got the standard Kipper 2K RGP adapter that goes into the back of CD32. Originally asked me if I wanted it with or without the keyboard port, I said without because I wasn't going to use it, I didn't need it. And it arrived with a port, and I just thought maybe it was inactive and the oil came like that. But it turns out last week I figured out it actually works, so I plugged the PC keyboard into it and it works perfect. So I kind of got that for free, which is good. The reason that came about was I tried to plug my 4000 keyboard into the CD32 and they should work anyway without any adapters through the aux port at the side of CD32 there. But it didn't work, it's coming out with weird key presses and stuff. So I figured out, obviously taking out the RGB adapter, it worked. So there's obviously some sort of conflict with the signals going to the port on the adapter. Obviously I've got the PC keyboard plugged in now and not the Amiga 4000 keyboard because I don't have S-Video capabilities in the games room, so I need RGB to get onto the 1084S monitor there. So this keyboard's just a standard PC keyboard, completely caked up with dust. It's completely minging, I don't even want to show you, but there you go. It's an old PC keyboard, that'll do for now. Okay, more beading paraphernalia. Pegboards down there. So to this wall then, just more beadings. Museum Story, Rainbow Islands, big Rainbow Islands fan, as some of you may know. Got some Exile beadings up there, AJ version, ECS version, and the Commodore 64 version, the only Commodore 64 beading I'm ever going to have on my wall because I don't like Commodore 64s. There we go. So there's an R-type beading missing up there. I ran a competition a couple of years ago on the group and somebody won it, so I sent it off to him and I never got around to bead another one, so it's just got random blue tack marks on the wall. I really should go get around making up another one, I think. Starwing, we've got Lemmings beading down there, another framed one, Rainbow Islands. There's Mordecai from the regular show. Big fan of No Man's Sky on the PC, a lot of people don't like it. The graphics are amazing, so I took the screenshot myself and printed it out on photo paper and it looks quite good. Might have to frame it. Dizzy Treasure Island beading, loading screen on the Spectrum. Signed by the Oliver twins a couple of weeks ago. Can't see this very well because of the reflections, but it's Amiga Works poster, Alistair Brimble. It didn't come framed, it came signed and I had it framed myself. I won that at the Amiga 30th event in Peterborough. I actually had the poster originally from the Kickstarter, but got rid of it because I didn't need to after I got the one that was signed. So more Lemmings. SNES stuff down there, Mario Kart, Monkey Island. It's the first one I did, Monkey Island 2. The ones that I sold to other people on the group, I had more brown colours around the hair, so it looked a lot better. But when I first did this, I didn't have enough shades of brown, so I've never remade another one for myself. I've just left it like that. So it normally looks better than that. I posted about this about 4 years ago in the group. I did a recording, or an output recording on WinUAE of me playing Rainbow Islands, the first level. I did it compressionless, and I just loaded up the video into Windows Media Player and just took screen grabs and spliced them all together and made one file and put the title screen at the top. Made one file and took it to my local printers who printed it out for 10 quid, and I stuck it in a frame that I believe had Homer Simpson in it originally. There's Dozy from Fantasy World Dizzy. There's let me just close this door. There's Nitro beadings along the top of my Elite 2 poster, and there's all down there. Elite 2 poster is probably going to go soon because I'm definitely running out of room now to put my frame beading, so it's probably going to have to go. There's all up there. Cliffy from Flood. Barbarian beading, quite big that is, took a while to do that, did. Head chop. Stocking on the door. It's not there because it's Christmas. It was there when we bought the house and I just didn't remove it. Baby's stocking, Christmas stocking. So that'll probably be staying on the door. We've been in the house 4 years now as well. That's about it then. So thanks for watching, but sorry for boring you.